Hello, everyone, and welcome to DTBTV. So, this is my transfer news show. Kind of irritatingly, I haven't really got anything to bring you concrete like a bid or anything like that, which is kind of frustrating. Those that have known me for these 2.5 years now that I've ran Doubters to Believers, the fan group, know that I've always been never pushing for transfers too much because I believed in the squad. But there's something I need to say. I believed in the squad 2.5 years ago. I believed in the squad 18 months ago. I believed in the squad 12 months ago. But there comes a time when you have to change that. I can't just say forever Liverpool shouldn't sign anyone. That would be stupid. I go with how I feel at the time and how we're performing on the pitch, and also what set of cards are thrown at us. Now, with COVID, everything's changed. It doesn't matter whether you play as fit as a fiddle, could run 100 miles. If they get COVID, they're out of the game. So we need a bigger squad. So the reason why people like myself, and I've just seen John Aldridge as well, has come out. John Aldridge hasn't come out like this before, ever. He's always been behind Liverpool's philosophy. He's always been behind the way we bring players in. But even he has said now, we're having a 29, I think it's a 29-year-old, a 30-year-old, and a 30-year-old is our front three. I mean, we've got to start looking now to the future. Sadio Mane and Salah and Firmino have been absolutely unbelievable. They have, but their time has a sell-by date. Now, Salah is unbelievable. He will sign a new contract in the summer, in my opinion. I've said that already. Bobby Firmino, if the money's right, he's been an absolute legend, and I love him to bits. And if we keep him, I'm happy. And if he goes with our blessing. I'm hearing if £17 million is bidded by Barcelona, that would probably be enough. And do you know what? He's a Brazilian. Just like Philippe Coutinho would love to play for Barcelona. But we now have to start thinking of the next 3 to 5 years. Because if you look at what John Aldridge has said, he has hit the nail completely on the head. We haven't just got to be signing now for Jurgen Klopp. We have to sign so that the person that takes over Jurgen Klopp will not have a major overhaul on his hands, will not have a huge rebuild. We do not want the manager to take over from Klopp in 2023, 24, whenever it is. I think it's 24, 224. We don't want him to literally take on, a 32-year-old Firmino, a 32-year-old Sadio Mane, a 31-year-old Mo Salah. He's going to have to go out and do it himself. And at the end of the day, it's going to take time to patch in that next batch of players. So, in my opinion, I don't know what we're waiting for. And I'm sick to death of this nonsense about you can't buy in January. We signed Philippe Coutinho in January. We signed Virgil van Dijk in January. We signed Daniel Sturridge in January. We signed Fernando Torres in January. We signed Luis Suarez. No, we sold Torres in January. We signed Luis Suarez in January. I mean, it's like you can, if you pay the right amount of money. Let's not forget COVID has made a lot of teams skint. So at the end of the day, there is players out there we can go for. Now, I've only changed my tune because I've waited 2.5 years to change my tune. And it needs to change at some point. I can't just sit here and go, oh, but I'll just keep Firmino and Mane and Salah based on the fact they were great 3 years ago. There was people asking for them to be changed 3 years ago, 2 years ago. They were the ones I was saying, what are you going on about? Our lads have still got loads left in the tank. I've waited till 2022 to start saying we need to now start looking to the future because we are running out of time. And what we don't want is what Man United make a career out of. They always miss the boat. They missed it with Conte. They missed it with Pochettino. They missed it with, certain players, going here and going there because they're too late in making decisions. I don't want the best front three replacements out there at the moment are still at their clubs. Mbappe won't happen, but you know what I mean. He's still at PSG. You've got Erling Haaland still at Dortmund. So if you're going to ask me elite level, because it has to be elite level to come in and replace Firmino, Salah and Mane, there's only 3 or 4 names out there that can come in and do that. And that is Erling Haaland, it is Mbappe, and it is someone like maybe, the lad from Diaz from Porto. It has to be elite now. Now, if we wait, in the summer, Haaland's probably going to go to Man City or Man United. We've missed the boat. And if we wait, then someone else is going to go here. Mbappe will go Real Madrid. But you get what I mean by this. We cannot keep thinking we can just wait 6 months, wait 6 months. I know we like to do that, But there will come a time when we miss out. And let's not forget, people sign for Liverpool because they want to play for Jurgen Klopp. In 2024, and I've said this from day one, the only replacement that I think will be good enough for Liverpool is Steven Gerrard, because you are already seeing facts that he will attract big name football players. And that is why I think he will do really well with Aston Villa and then take over from Jurgen. But it goes back to this, what I keep saying, right? I have been an advocate of keeping the squad as small as possible. I've been an advocate of being patient. But even now, even me, I'm starting to say, come on now, FSG. And I just put something on the group earlier. And it's the Nike deal. Nike was supposed to take us to the next level. Nike was supposed to be the sponsorship deal we signed, which would lead to people like Mbappe, who's got a major franchise deal with Nike. It wasn't meant to lead us to Galactico kind of signings to come in and replace them. Now, someone just said to me on my group a minute ago that we don't sign players like that because Klopp likes to make them world beaters. Yeah, he does. But let's not forget that Mbappe, Klopp was speaking to his father on numerous occasions, met him in hotels on numerous occasions. So let's got to get it twisted here. If Jurgen Klopp gets Mbappe or wanted Mbappe and it was available to him, he would snap his hands off for a player of that caliber. And the same with Erling Haaland. The difference is Klopp, if you actually listen to his words himself, has always said that he doesn't want to be the best manager in the world. He just wants to manage the best team in the world. So if he gets offered Mbappe or Erling Haaland, he would snap FSG's hands off for it. But he's clever. He knows that we haven't got that kind of financial power, which is the reason why we haven't bloody signed Salah's contract yet. But it is what it is. And I keep saying, I'm getting it now with people on my group. Oh, well, Neil, you didn't say this a few months ago. Yeah, I didn't say it a few months ago, because guess what? People are getting older, and the squad is now faced with COVID, where they're taking 5, 6, 7 players out of our squad every week. So we need to bring players in. If it wasn't for COVID, I would say we don't need to sign anybody. That's the difference, because we could rely on everybody every week. You know, we'd have enough players. All right, we're still a little bit short in the midfield, so I'd say, yeah, probably just bring in one midfielder and go till the summer. But the problem is if we are going to lose this title again to Man City, it's going to be based on the fact that we haven't got the players to come in. And having said that, I could be wrong, because look at the performance, but it was against Brentford. It's against Brentford. We will have enough to beat Brentford. We will have enough to beat Watford. We will have enough to beat Newcastle. But will we have enough to beat the Man Cities at the Etihad? Will we have enough to beat Arsenal at the Emirates on Thursday? If we have 7 or 8 players missing? No. So this is what I'm saying. And FSG, and for those that think that I've always been an advocate of no signings, watch the BBC News interview I did outside the Cop End when I said, after the Super League idea, and for those that have been on my group and seen that video, know what I said. I said, to win these fans back, FSG have to build the new Anfield Road end, which they are doing a fantastic job of doing right now. That's going great. And they have to bring in a couple of top class footballers to show that they ain't all about the money. They still haven't done it. The £35 million paid for Ibrahim Konate was paid for by the sales of Marco Grujic and other players like Harry Wilson. That they were paid for by sales of Wilson and Grujic and Teo Owamne. So that's what I'm trying to say. They have not spent any money since the Nike deal yet, and they haven't spent any money since Nike has since basically we've had the Nike deal and since we've had like the Super League collapse, and it's not good enough. Manchester City's owners are going to spend 100 million. I know they've got it, but you can see my point. Aston Villa are spending more money than us. Now, there comes a time when we like your philosophy, FSG. It won us the World Club Cup. It won us the Champions League. It won us this and that. But you get a course. My friend always says it to me. You get what's called a cycle in football. We've had our cycle now with Salah, Mane and Firmino being our Fab Three. That cycle is now coming to an end. Salah is the only one, in my opinion, that will stay elite until he's Ronaldo's age. And that's because he's just that type of player. But the other two, Mane seems to be coming off the ball a little bit. Firmino, I love Bobby. You can never say a bad word about him. But I'm just saying, I believe we have to move. And it's all right saying, just wait till the summer. That attitude is the reason why we won nothing last year. Because if we keep throwing seasons to wait another 6 months, we're going to win only them 4 trophies in the entire, what is it, since Klopp joined 2015? 7 years at the football club and he wins 4 trophies. That's not good enough for a manager of that genius and of that calibre. So in my opinion, I'd love your comments on this section, and I'm going to put it on Data to Believers now. Let me know your thoughts. At the moment, we're hearing stuff about Calvin Phillips. Not going to happen. Leeds are not going to sell in January. That's different. They're battling relegation. We're hearing about Diaz, 75 million release clause. We're hearing about Haaland being a £267 million summer signing. If that happens, if FSG ever spend money like that whilst I'm here, I will gladly run out of this house now naked, straight down to the Cop End, and do what Speedo Mick does without the Speedos and do a lap round Anfield, because I can guarantee you now FSG are not spending £267 million package on Erling Haaland, not in a month of Sundays. You'll never walk alone.